going to talk about reserving our studio space as we start to get into our 20% projects. Maybe you've got an idea in mind in audio sense, but also as we start to get into our final projects. Those of us who've been paying attention know that the studio time is made available through the digital media marketplace on the Quest website, quest.sta.lsr7.org. I can barely remember that. It's in our links. It's on every slide that I have on the projector every day. So digital media marketplace is where we could get into the studio time. Working on getting these updated in here, but those will be in there soon. And as we get into that, it doesn't make a difference whether you click this here and click buy if you do that first, or if you do this next part first. However, I will default to who paid first in case of some sort of conflict, but we can check that out later. On the digital media website, digitalmedialsr7.org, you can go into our studio space, studio availability. So here we've got our calendars in Google Calendar form, and you'll see on here, well, it's wide open now. I could put some closed events through here, but essentially we're going to leave it sort of open for now. And basically, I've shared each of these 5 calendars with everyone. So if you go ahead and click on any of these calendars now, well, they've already been shared with you. But what you can do is, let's say next week, maybe you want to get into here. We've got some time later in the week to do individual production, and it'll kind of vary from time to time when we're going to have that availability, when we're not. We would double click to get into that event, and then you would pick the calendar. You're going to have a limited number of display. I've got some extra ones, obviously, that you don't. But I would get in there and say, oh, I want to do a green screen thing for my 20% project because I want to do some sort of compositing thing that's really intense. It uses Adobe After Effects or whatever. And so then I would get in there and say, I want to use that from this time to that time. I would click save. I would make sure I purchased it over here. Make sure you buy it. Okay. I'm not suggesting that I always speak with proper grammar. I try. You want to buy it over here. You want to make it over here, and then that's going to show up on the calendar. And then we all have the right to get into these and modify them. And so just like a real workplace, we are on the honor system and the adult system to do this the right way. And also I get an email every time an event is added or modified or changed or deleted and so forth. So we'll see if this works, but that's how we're going to get into these events, into the calendar, as we start to get into the spaces for our personal projects and so on.